My grandmother scammed her way into the United States in the 1890s, possibly changing the trajectory of our family forever. Let me paint the story. My grandmother's name was Clara Anderson. She was born in Stockholm, Sweden in the 1800s. 1888, Clara got pregnant, and she had a little boy named August. We have the records from the Stockholm Maternity Hospital, so we know this is Clara Anderson. She had a little boy named August. It's his birthday. Everything all lines up. Everything is there. But she's shown as an unwed mother. There was a law in Sweden at the time that you had to announce or proclaim the name of the father before the 2-year birthday. So Clara decided that before August turned 2, she was going to immigrate to the United States, which she did, and she did so legally. She got onto a ship and she immigrated herself to the United States. We have the ship manifest that shows Clara Anderson and her 2-year-old son getting on the ship and coming here to the United States. They get off the ship, they proclaim everything, they fill out all the paperwork, and she gets herself on a train and she goes to her sister's house or to her cousin's house in Chicago. Somewhere between getting off the ship in New York and ending up in Chicago, Clara suddenly becomes Clara Lundstedt. She is now a widowed woman. Family lore. They had this husband and they were on a train together from New York to Chicago. The train crashed and Einar, who is the husband, Einar Lundstedt, passed away in this, he perished in this train crash. My grandfather, August, actually had a scar on his forehead, and the family story was that that scar came from the train wreck, that lived out the rest of her life without the love of her life, Einar. The problem is nobody can find Einar. There are no birth records, there are no marriage records, there are no death records, there is nothing for Einar. What we're pretty sure happened is Clara got off the ship in New York and she filed all the paperwork as Clara Anderson, and then when she bought train tickets as Clara Lundstedt with her 2-year-old son, and that train did crash. There were a lot of train crashes back then. Einar somehow disappeared. And to her dying day, she went by Clara Lundstedt. My grandfather went by August Lundstedt. So that's the story of my family and how our last name came to be what obviously my name is married. Anyway, that's how our last name became to be and how it's possibly not our last name. And if you're a Swedish genealogist, maybe reach out to me. But that's who I'd want to talk to. I'd want to talk to Clara and ask her, who the heck is Einar?